Intel, like I said, it's a bit thin because of certain sensitivities that are going on, not only in this country but many other countries currently. And hopefully, whilst next week will be From Russia with Love 3, we will have an extended intel to report back of what is going on currently. But this news item popped up, which is kind of linked in a way to the Anna von Reitz story. Heirs to the Austrian branch of the Rothschilds banking dynasty have accused the city of Vienna of perpetuating Nazi Aryanization laws. The Aryans were not Nazis, jackasses. By plundering a long-forgotten charitable trust. Oh my. This was set up in 1905, apparently, to endow the Austrian capital with pioneering psychiatric hospitals. I think some members will get where I'm going with this. And the case of over $110 million in the trust is one of the largest ever restitution claims contested by the descendants of Nazi victims. Though it's highly unusual in that it is a dispute over charitable assets. Desperation much? And the lawsuit accuses the municipality of conspiring in recent years to sell valuable property from the Nathaniel Freiherr von Rothschild Foundation for the Mentally Ill to itself at grossly undervalued prices, including a late Baroque palace that was one of the world's earliest centres of mental health treatment, and amending the charity's deeds to make the city the sole beneficiary of its assets. Oh my, someone's done to the Rothschilds what they've done to the rest of the world, if that's correct. The city is completing what was done in 1938, said Wolf Gordian Hauser, a lawyer representing the heirs, referring to the Nazi confiscation of the Austrian Rothschilds' assets and bequests following the annexation of Austria by Germany, which was done by the Jewish people. Nazis, National Zionists. Oops. Now, Austria is no stranger to legal claims from the families of its once thriving Jewish community, though it has so far been priceless cultural artifacts such as Klimt's portrait of Adele Bloch Bauer. Bauer is Rothschild's real name. Rothschild is a title. Bayer, Bauer, Rothschild, that have been the subject of an often deeply uncomfortable reckoning with the country's past. So that's what the Rothschilds are up to. It's another sign of sheer desperation and further signs of their panic, and further proof of what we've been saying in this show. They are running out of options and seeking every measure to stay afloat. Looting countries like Ukraine and Venezuela, it only goes so far in their world. That costs billions of dollars per day. You can't sustain it with no new money. And the only person they can get new money off is the trust. But what this piece also raises is, since when have the Rothschilds been interested in people's mental health? Like, since when have they been interested in people other than harvesting from them? Like, never. They haven't taken care of their own mental health issues, never mind anybody else's. And what I suspect this is, these were the first mental hospitals as part of the first setup of MK Ultra. 1905. Which makes far more sense than Rothschilds supporting people's health, mental or otherwise. This is final piece before we go into a music break and then the op-eds. And it's an update to the state of the world as it is today. Our world has collapsed now on all levels. Whether it's the government, business, banking, military, agents or agencies. And our world hangs in the balance, and it's being propped up by illusion and delusion. You will see an increase in banking glitches, more political theatre, more fake news events like the ever-repeating story out of London of terrorist stabbings, of which there was another one there last week, which are all similar and the same as the previous events alleged to have taken place there. Change the script, guys. It's a bit boring. The militaries are in turmoil. No one is being paid out on contracts. Agency people also. Rothschilds and the Black Sun are engaged in a financial whack-a-mole. So one of them controls the financial institutions once the trust funds comes out. Meanwhile, they continue to block it, while waiting for some divine event to save them and keep them in control. Those near or at the top end of the system are all still hailing Hydra, the serpent, or calling on their dead gods to return like some latter-day Bobby Ewing program. The people themselves are getting worse also, in and outside of the group. It's happening on all levels. And we have the potential to see many people go completely insane in the future. So, as for THI, our members were warned of this event and have had time to prepare for it. Well, I hope you use that time well. Otherwise, you will end up falling into chaos with them. It will be a testing time going forward. It will not get better anytime soon until it reaches a critical mass or point, and a case of a point of no return, so to speak, which we are working hard on to not reach those types of levels of chaos, just so you know. Either way, we all have to be ready to pick up not only the pieces, but the baton to bring the change, be the change that we all wish to see.